Hey, real quick note right before we get started with this Emily Morgan Hotel episode. This episode was kind of shot in a short podcast, video podcast style, but added a little bit of vlog style elements to it, where we recorded clips of us actually doing some of the investigations that, or rumors that were part of the stories in the hotel. We wanted to see if we can capture any craziness happening. So if you're only listening and you hear the conversation kind of switch into a random conversation, well, that's just me jumping into a clip of whatever we may be talking about at that moment. Also, while we were recording, there was moments where we would hear random noises through our headsets. And some of those, I went back into the raw footage or the raw audio, and I could not really come up with an idea of what that noise was, but it was really throwing us off. So I went ahead and put that in there. And if you're listening right before I go into that raw audio, I will say, this is the raw audio. That way you're aware and you can listen in, or if you're watching, you can pay close attention to what it could be, because to me it's a little bit unexplainable. Maybe you guys have some ideas, leave it in the comments. That would help. That would be awesome. But with that said, if you enjoyed this kind of vlog style podcast mix, please let us know. I had a lot of fun doing it. It was fun. So it added a little different element to the podcast. And with that said, let's go Too Hard, Too Fast. Hey, welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast podcast. In this episode, we're back, baby. We've been gone for a while, and you know what? I don't have an explanation, but we're here. We're here to stay. But actually, where we are and who we are, it's we're a bunch of friends. We're friends. We're just friends. But we're staying at the Emily Morgan Hotel because we've been hearing a lot of stories about how haunted it is, and so we're here to either debunk or experience some stuff. We've been experimenting with some things. We've been experimenting with the stories that they're telling us, and from the staff, from what we've seen online, and we're just here to see what happens.
Seeing what's true, seeing what's not.
What?
Seeing what's true and seeing what's not.
Exactly. So we got Jesse here, and we got Adam. They're both my friends that decided to take this journey with me and see what happens.
Yeah. And maybe more journeys. Maybe more scary stuff.
If you guys like it, let me know. You know, hit that like button, subscribe. I've never done that before in the podcast.
Like
but
yeah.
Okay. But you know what? Let's go. Before we get started, one question right before the intro song hits. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you?
I'm one of those people, like, I need to see it to believe it, but I mean, I have, I guess, a couple scare. Well, shit, what just happened right now?
We'll get there.
But
it was a simple yes or no. But I guess it's not a simple yes or no, because I'm in the middle. I believe sometimes, and sometimes I am very skeptical.
Yeah.
Which is why I want to experience this through the podcast and filming and everything. And definitely don't want to experience it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But
which is why he brought us along.
So we're staying overnight here at the Emily Morgan Hotel, and we're gonna test it out. We're gonna see what happens. And in the morning, we're not gonna film podcast style, but we are gonna film ourselves like what we experienced through the night, if we experience anything. But let's get started. Let's sit back, buckle up. Let's go Too Hard, Too Fast. Hey.
Listen, I'm going too hard, too fast.
We're going to end up in the basement.
Number 6. Supposedly, one of the theories is that the elevator stopped.
Yeah.
Or it takes you to the bottom floor.
But don't you have to click 14?
So I don't know. I've done a haunted thing before. a haunted recording. This one is a little different because we're doing it overnight. We're staying at the hotel.
Yeah.
But we've done some exploring, some stuff. Checked out some, what is it called? What are the debunking?
Yeah, debunking videos.
Debunk some things. We're going to talk about all that. But before we get to the actual hotel, we are staying on the 6th floor. I don't know why they thought it wouldn't be fun for us to stay at the 7th or the 14th.
Or the 9th.
Yeah, but maybe if the Emily Morgan people see this, hey, bring us back out when we want to do it on the 14th floor.
Please. View into Alamo, preferably.
But it's been cool. I've done the recording before. Like I said, it wasn't overnight. It was just kind of at a haunted house. That one was real sketchy, and I felt real sketchy. Coming here, it kind of just feels like hanging with the guys to me. And
yeah, but then again, you didn't have AC at the other house.
Oh, I know, but I'm still sweating like
Really? I'm
yeah.
like freezing.
Really?
Yeah, it's cold in here.
No. But that, we know, when I was there, I felt like I was like,
Being
something was
watched.
going to happen. Yeah. Something was going to happen. I was going to take something home with me, or I don't know. But so far in here, it just kind of feels like a hotel. Like, people have been nice. The guests, some are a little freaked out with certain things, and we'll get to that. But yeah, I don't feel it. What do you feel, Jess?
It's definitely eerie. Like, just seeing it from the outside, like when we saw it, it just looks so creepy. Like, the vibes does give creepy vibes and all that weird stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel. I always heard stories, always been interested in this hotel and other hotels. And I know Manger is another one of them, and Crockett's another one of them. So, I don't know. It's cool that we get to do this experience and share what we experience for today's event.
I can tell your legs shaking over here. Are you scared?
Kind of traumatized, but I'm freezing.
It's okay, guys. We kind of experienced something.
I think we're having some technical difficulties, so bear with me. This did happen. I'm off screen, but this happened at the haunted house. Some equipment failure, so this is weird. All right, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh shit, mother.
Or just like earlier, how he tried setting up, the light didn't want to go on, and he kept pushing it multiple times.
This is true. The spirits don't want us
They don't want us to talk about them
to talk about them.
or the history of the hotel. I mean, they're not bad spirits.
Yeah, we'll get to that in
All
just
right,
a
I
minute.
think we're ready.
Okay.
Back to it. I'm not gonna cut any of that out just because it is
That was
weird. It was
weird.
So this camera looked like it was not working, not recording. We'll see if it even was. We'll see. All right, so I didn't pay attention to anything you said.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate your
How
time.
do you feel so far?
Thank you.
How do you feel so far?
It's very airy, like I said, like just from seeing airy,
Mm-hmm. Harry.
Harry, or Harry,
Or Harry.
whatever you like. But from the outside, just seeing it and just.
Oh, it's eerie. Now
Yes.
that you said.
Yes. Sorry, I don't know how to talk.
No, that one. No, keep going.
Pues, ándale.
No, it's eerie. I guess what makes it eerie from the
outside.
What makes it eerie?
Just there. I don't know if y'all noticed, but there's just like no lights. Like nobody had their room light on. Nothing was on. It looked like it was an abandoned building.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got.
Yeah.
It was abandoned. It was creepy, kind of gothic.
Yeah.
Type of vibe. That's what it gave. So I was like, ugh.
I had the gargoyles that I didn't notice. You pointed them
Yeah,
out.
that was creepy.
Yeah.
They're just staring at y'all like.
Yeah, but then like he said, everything like this. It's only this building that's dark. If you look at it from where we were at, like you have what is it, the courthouse right here or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's all lit up, and then of course you have like the Alamo Plaza. And then you look over here at the hotel. It's just
Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just as all
Yeah,
dark.
that is weird. I guess so because like at the very top they do have like a red and green light. I guess because it's it's Christmas time when we're recording.
salud.
Sorry, but I should say like I'm here, and then my wife was a little scared because I'm coming in with low energy because I'm not feeling that great. But I'm still pushing through. That's dedication, vato.
Yeah.
But so my mom,
Wow.
my wife thought, I was like, no, you're going in a week stay. Like, what happens if you get like possessed or you're opening
'cause
yourself
your body's
up?
weak, right?
It's
So
weak,
like,
so you're opening
let me
yourself
just
up
get that body
to whatever.
That paranormal activity shit.
What did you say? I might have to cut that out. But you're right. Like, it just seems eerie. In the location of the Emily Morgan Hotel, it's right in the middle of the heart of downtown, the Alamo. You know, that's all I was going to mention. But now they've rebuilt this whole stuff down here. So there's a bunch of stuff going on. Very lit up, especially for Christmas time. But yeah,
here in this area, the hotels area, it's just dark.
Yeah, every once in a while you have one light coming on. And you guys were freaking out because there was a light that would flicker.
Yes, because the pool, so the pool's made out of the old school nursing metal beds. So that's what it's made it out of. So when we went to go look, it's all different, getting fixed and all that good stuff. So they would use the steel.
The operating beds? Yeah. You see?
See how it's steel?
Where?
Yeah. Look at the wall, look at the sides.
Oh, I see.
So that's the operating beds they use. Now they're changing it. So me and Adam were looking up, and I saw poof, poof, a light flickering on the 5th floor, I believe. And so that's when we're freaking out.
And
but
it
George
didn't look like
was it
a
the
TV.
5th? I counted 7 because you guys said coming.
Well, because you know it's the 14th floor, and then it's the 12th. It was the 12th floor, but you could tell like it. Just,
definitely not a
turned back
TV. A
off.
TV can't be that bright.
No.
Like it was the ceiling light for sure.
Yeah.
I can see. Okay, I was a little skeptical, so I said it was the TV or something. But then it comes down to right now when we're about to record, the light was flickering, didn't want to come on.
Exactly.
But that didn't make me nervous either. Still, like I haven't felt it yet. What did make me nervous is when we were talking to that guy.
The valet guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
that was
he said a story
creepy.
where he went up to help.
Some elderly people.
Yeah, some elderly people.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
that's what he
older.
said.
Oh,
Older
older
people.
people. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
See,
So
details.
You're
just details.
I was like, get to the context. No, that was a little freaky that he went and helped them, and on the way back with the little cart thing, he has his hands on the cart, and all of a sudden he went to the 14th floor.
14th floor. Yeah.
So the 14th floor, which is technically the 13th, because they just skipped from 12 to 14.
It's a superstition thing, guys.
Yeah, but they used to be like a hospital area, like like surgeon and all that, and also a crematorium. And so he said that on the way down, he felt like a really hot hand grab his shoulder for like a second. Like it wasn't even that long. It was just like.
Yeah, but to the point where he just noticed it.
Yeah,
he's
how
like,
hot
oh,
it
no.
got. Yeah.
And then you know what felt weird after he told us? He's like, y'all be careful.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
that tripped me out. I was like,
no.
Yeah.
No,
that's probably what tripped me out the most.
That scared me.
Yeah. I don't know. See, there's the thing where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be the skeptic on this whole podcast. I want to experience something, but in my life, I've never really experienced anything scary. I've said this story before on the podcast, but I'll say it here, just because it pertains to it. The most scariest thing, I guess, or weird, I should say, because sometimes I'll hear voices and I swear they're like right there. I'll hear like my mother-in-law voice, or sometimes I'll hear like my wife or my son, somebody that's not in the house, and I'll hear like clear as day. It's like, oh, they're back. Like I can be in the restroom, or I can be like in the back room, and I hear like, oh, they're back, and I go in, nobody's there. That's weird. But I never pay a lot of mind to it, because I would think like it's in my head. I'm just thinking of stuff, so it's in my head. My wife does say that there's a ghost in my house. They call it Harold, but he's like a nice one. He just hangs around, watches TV with you,
eats your snacks.
Yeah, eats my snacks. Pinche vato. But the weirdest, I guess, is two things. When I was in high school, I was at my house by myself, by my parents' house, and my uncle came, cooked me dinner, left, and I was getting ready for bed. I closed everything because I have a superstition. I don't know if it is a superstition, but I believe that you should close all doors, closet doors, everything.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the room here. We have like a giant, and I'll put a footage of it, a giant door going into the restroom, and it's facing the mirror. Dude, just from the mirror to like just staring. That's my biggest, like one of my biggest, not biggest fear, I shouldn't say that, but like to look out the window or look in the mirror and something staring back at me.
No. I'm good.
One of the things here is like you can at night when you go and look into the mirror, there could be something staring back at you. Like that's what people say.
And the doors are see-through, guys.
Yeah, they're see-through. So, and the beds are right next to it, like the one I'm gonna sleep on.
Just for you.
Close the door. Anyway, so I'm closing the door. I lay down, and I feel like weird, but also calm to where I can hear like everything in the house. Like it's just quiet. TV's off, everything, and I hear a bunch of dishes fall in the kitchen, a bunch of them, and I was like, oh my god, and I was ready to go to sleep. Like yeah, it was time. So I get up.
Did you hear that?
What, like a tick tick?
No.
What do you hear? What do you hear? Explain.
Like, not like a tick, almost, but like on the like a window.
What do you mean, like the window being pulled back? Like
No. Like not a scratch, but more like a, I don't know how to explain it. Like a subtle tap.
A scratch. Or
Scratch type.
It wasn't this because I did this with my bracelet.
No.
Like that.
No.
No.
No. That's more of a like a.
This?
You can hear like a chain. It sounded like okay. What? Continue.
No. I mean
That was weird.
the raw audio. And I was like, oh my god. And I was ready to go to sleep. Like yeah, it was time. So I get up.
You hear that?
How scared are you right now?
Okay, now
From like 1 to 10.
Now my scarediness is going to a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are
that was-
filming like it's close to midnight right now when we're filming.
Okay.
We're gonna try and keep this going.
All right.
Also at the end of the episode,
Yeah, even has
we're gonna record ourselves in the morning. Not in podcast format, but we're gonna record ourselves kind of like what our experience was at night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
just a little vlog. So throughout the podcast, it's like a little vlog / podcast.
yeah, something new,
Yeah,
something different.
Giving Blair Witch.
But yeah,
Not necessarily.
there's gonna be some mocos the way I filmed myself. Anyways, so yeah, I heard like all these dishes fall, and I was like, you know what? I'll leave it for the morning. And I just kept them in mind. I was like, you know, I'm gonna go clean it up. I go clean it up, or to go clean it up, I turn on the light for the kitchen. Nothing on the ground. Dishes are perfectly fine where they were left. Nothing. But then I look to the oven. The oven's on full blast.
Oh, damn.
Full blast. Like open that thing, just like in my face, heat, like hard.
That's insane.
There's that one, and then in my dorms, I had a almost similar experience where my friend and I we were talking. Yeah, we called it a night, so we turned off everything. He gets up because the way the dorm was set up, he needs to get up. It's by the door, the light, so he has to turn it off and then walk back to his bed. So as he does that, he turns it off. I can hear him get into bed, and then I hear all this change just falling. And on my desk, I had like this hand grenade from New Orleans. Like it's the drink. It's a long like container, and I had filled it up with a bunch of coins. So my friend goes, "Damn, dude, is that your change from your desk?" And I go, "Yeah, man, I think so." It was loud, and same thing. I was like, "I'll just get it in the morning." And he said, "No, I'll just turn on the light. We'll clean it up right now." So he turns on the light, nothing. That the thing was still on my desk, unmoved, untouched, and we both kind of just stared at each other like, what the heck?
Did y'all talk about it the next day, or it was like,
Nah, we left it alone. I was
Okay.
like, leave it alone because we still got to live here.
oh, get over it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was the scariest thing. I guess weirdest thing for me.
Yeah. I mean, I never had anything happen to me. I've always been curious, growing up, like, in a Roman Catholic family, like, you you believe in God, you know that there has to be evil, which it's true, I guess, whatever you believe in. So I've never had anything happen to me, but I've always been curious, not in the sense like try to something to happen, but just like the human mind, just to know like, okay, it's there.
Like you want to see if there is something
Yeah,
out there.
like it's there, it's true, cool. So the only story I've heard is from my tia. This was when my cousin was barely born, and my cousin's a year younger than me, so he was a baby. And it was at this old house. Man, this old house was probably the scariest house they lived in. I don't know, just we grew up very poor. We grew up very, very poor, so it wasn't the best house, wasn't the nicest, but it was definitely something was wrong with that house. So one night, it was my aunt, my cousin, my other cousin, and all the brothers and sisters in the same house. And so they went to sleep, and then my tia hears Anthony, that's his name, Anthony crying his eyes out, and she can't find him. So she's screaming and screaming, but when she started screaming, my other cousin woke up, the sister. She woke up running, and all she remembers is my aunt's door slamming, like shutting her out, so she couldn't get to her. And she keeps screaming, Anthony, find Anthony, find Anthony. And all my cousin remember is seeing, which is such a weird word to use, but I do believe that there is some type of people that do believe in that. Not the whole I fly in a broom type of vibe, but do sacrificial stuff, voodoo, brujeria, and things like that, because that is true. I mean, I think it is. That's just me. And all she remembers is seeing Anthony being dragged outside a window by a lady.
What the heck?
With the longest fingers.
Out of a window?
Out of the window. All getting yanked out. And then she tried running, and then she heard her brother wake up, and he's like, what's going on? And then she's like, get Anthony, somebody get Anthony. And then all you hear is my aunt praying, please, Lord, please don't take my kid, don't take him away, please, I'll do anything. And right when she said I'll do anything, everything stopped. It just got quiet. You hear, she's like, all I remember was hear the wind and hearing just women laughing and just leaving. And then they still couldn't find him. And then so they thought it was a dream. My aunt thought it was a dream. But get this. She woke up, couldn't find Anthony, and he was outside.
Doing what?
He was just outside.
What time was this, like nighttime?
This was nighttime. He was just outside.
Like witching hour nighttime?
Yeah, from 2 to 3. He was just outside.
Okay.
So she feels like it did happen, like something did happen that night, but it was played out in a dream. But how did he end up outside? There's no
and
way.
What does he say? How old was he?
He was a baby.
Oh.
He was like freshly born, so he doesn't remember anything. Not that I know of. I never asked him because my tia always tells us this story, just to be careful, like during that time and night. But yeah, they found him outside.
Dang. Nothing good happens after 2.
Exactly.
Adam, your story? Do you have a story? Earlier you said you had like at least 2.
A couple. So, let's see how far back I guess I want to go. So I guess I'll start with this one. So basically, parents had me at a young age, so we were like from, house to house or whatever. So mainly I stayed with my grandparents, so kind of sort of my grandparents kind of like raised me. So, I always had a room at their house. But at the time it was me and my tia, which is like, we're basically the same age, so I don't even call her tia. Don't tell her nothing. So how the house is set up, it's the hallway, like to the, I guess like the guest bathroom. There's a room right before that, and then all the other rooms. That first room that right next to the restroom, supposedly, according to my uncles, it was haunted. They claimed there was a spirit.
Just that room?
Just that room. supposedly there was a spirit in there. One of them decided to name him Tommy. You know.
Name him, Tommy.
Yeah, they just decided to.
What a whack ass name.
I don't know if it was Tommy or Timmy. You know.
Yeah.
I just remember.
That's you, right?
No.
What?
I heard like creaking. Did you move?
This chair doesn't move.
Dude, I heard cracking like.
I thought that was you moving.
No, there's no look. I heard it and then I moved. Like I heard it back here.
Yeah.
the door opening?
When you
Creaking?
reacted, I reacted.
Do you hear it right there?
Yes.
Oh, maybe it is the chair. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, it's the chair.
That scared the hell out of me. Debunked. But anywho, so then later down the line, you know, we're all like in high school and whatever, and then graduated, and I just decided to move in with my grandparents because, you know, it was just easier for me at the time. So yeah, there wasn't another room but that room for me to stay in. So with that being said, I experienced some things, and it wasn't the major things. It was just like the
What do you see?
What?
You can't just point. People need.
Okay.
Not everybody's just watching. Some people
You're
are
right.
listening.
Okay. I don't know what's how the texture of the curtain. Do you see this side's moving only?
What do you mean?
See it?
Oh, right there,
Where?
like right
Right
in the
there.
middle.
Now it stopped.
But then again, the air is blowing at the same time.
It could be the air. Yeah,
Damn,
just
you're
see. Not
scaring me.
everything.
You're seeing stuff.
I don't know, man. I'm fucking scared.
So basically, you know, it was just the simple stuff, which I never paid no mind to, which was the TV turning on by itself, or, you know, you hear like little tappings in the wall, but then again, you know, it was probably the rats in the attic or something.
Gross.
You never know.
Could be.
But yeah, so that was that. But
But the TV will turn on by itself.
it would. But obviously, I mean, I'm one of those. I'm like, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. I never saw, you know, a little kid, Tommy or whatever, because apparently it was a little kid, supposedly. But at my parents' house, that I stayed in while I was in school, before moving in with my grandparents, I just remember, you know, this is where two stories come in. So so before the main thing happened, I think it was one of the Hurricane Ike or something, and like the roof didn't come off, but like the shingles came off. And,
Oh, because you're from Houston.
yeah, H-Town, hold it down.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Trash.
Wow.
People from Houston might be watching.
Sorry. We love you, Houston.
Do you?
I'm not a fan of the city, but I'm a fan. I'm okay with the people. Like people
Yeah.
that I've met from there are cool. The city's so big. Anyways, not about that.
I received that. But anyway, so, you know, one of our neighbors was a roofer guy. So, you know, basically we hired him to replace the shingles on the roof and just basically redo the whole roof. And his wife just comes up to us and just decides to tell us, you know, I didn't ever want to tell y'all anything, but a man died in your house. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it was downstairs or upstairs. And this is where it was kind of weird, because ever since we had moved into that house, upstairs was me and my sister's room. She had the one, well, I had, you know, my room, and then she had her room, and in her room there's like a door to like the attic, but it looks like, I don't know if you ever seen Pan, or what's that movie, Pan's Labyrinth or something like that.
Nah.
If you know, you know.
Never heard of her.
But basically in the movie, the girl gets to...
I know
or
about
maybe
Pan
like
Dulce.
or like Coraline, you know how she draws a little...
Never seen it either.
Damn.
Anyways, keep going.
Anyways, that's what it looked like. It looked like a itty bitty door.
Narnia.
No, not even Narnia.
I love that movie.
Not even Narnia. But you had to like crouch in there, and like you're basically like crouched down the entire time.
But are you like coming up, or you like?
No, it's like...
But it's for the attic.
Yeah. But
I've
it's
seen
in
it
my-
before. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
it's
yes.
been there.
Okay.
So you close my sister's bedroom door, and then you pull. It's right behind the door, and you pull the attic door open, and you just crouch right on in. It's fucking creepy. It's real creepy. I just never got a good vibe from her room. My room was perfectly fine. So then down the line, down some days, and now the husband's like, yeah, he died upstairs. We don't know if he like just died in his sleep or somebody killed him, or who knows? I don't know.
R.I.P.
Unalive.
Or unalive, yeah. Unalive.
Yeah, no, keep it going.
But yeah. So the whole entire time that between the ages of, I guess, 5 and maybe, I guess, 11 for my sister, she would just wake up with like bad sleep paralysis. And well, she would tell me these things. She said like I would wake up with like bad sleep paralysis, like I would feel like I'm screaming, but I could never, like nothing was coming out.
Oh yeah, I've had that.
Really? Never had that.
And that she says at the same time she felt like somebody was like pushing her down into the bed. Like hard to like into her bed to where, she.
I guess I should. Yeah, dude, I know exactly what you're saying because it's happened to me. Like I lived that.
Yeah. And then not only that, she's had like nightmares, and then she will wake up like sweating, all kinds of crazy stuff. So that happened with her. And according to my grandma's superstition, same thing, raised me being baptized Catholic, but I have my thoughts on religion, but I respect.
You hear that, Ghost? If you're religious, right here, this guy.
This one right here.
Come get me.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like I respect it, and I'm coming.
Also, I'm just kidding. I don't want to provoke. I don't want to be like that guy. What's it?
And then all this crazy shit happens.
Yeah, from that show.
Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures. Yeah,
Yeah.
where they're like, "Come get me, show me something." Like, nah,
Show me
dude.
what you can do.
Yeah,
Even though I like his show, but
I
he
do.
does
But
some-
I'm
he does some
not
crazy
trying to
shit.
provoke anything right now.
No, well,
If it happens, it happens.
he has some holy
yeah.
water in the bag. So.
I do. Gotta be prepared, man.
Provoking.
Yeah. Good job.
That's great.
So,
So, the main story that I'm gonna get into is, I don't remember what happened to my door, but I didn't have a door for a short period of time. I guess it was a while ago.
Houston.
makes sense.
Wow.
On the
So, with that being said, I just it's late at night, maybe like 1:30 or 2:30 around that time, and nothing good ever happens at the time. Why I'm awake, I don't know. I think I just want to use the restroom. So come back into bed, and I hear, and mind you, my stairs, like the stairs and like the top, like the first, second floor is carpet, so you can't really hear anything unless you're like coming up the stairs. You can hear like stomping
creaking.
or whatever, creaking. But this one night in particular, it was like doom, and I was like, but the only person who I could think of that actually does that is my stepfather. And I'm like, is that you? Like, David, is that you? Nothing, and I'm like, whatever. I'm still like half asleep, moccos all in my eyes and stuff. Go back to sleep, and then all I hear is my dog barking, just like barking bloody murder, like somebody's dying or something. And I'm like, what the hell? So, and luckily, my window looks down into the backyard, and as soon as like I open the blinds, he's just like looking at me, like dead at me, like
The dog?
Yeah, in my
when
my
the dog
soul.
stares, there's something.
Yeah, I have a cat now, but cats don't really care. But
like-
dogs,
Yeah,
they're the
they don't care.
ones. So, but yeah, I open the blinds and he's just like looking, and I'm like, oh, shit. Like, but the way he was looking at me was like
something behind you.
yeah. And at that moment, I felt like something like pushed my head like into the window, and I turned around and there was nothing there. So I go back to bed. I'm like, whatever, nothing. Just like, let me just go back to sleep. So later in the same night, I hear footsteps again, but this time I turn around and I look at my doorway, and there's a figure of a man. It looked like my stepfather, and I'm like, and I'm saying his name.
Yeah, you called out.
No reaction, but then turns around and then you can hear the stairs, like you can hear the steps go tuk, 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 like going downstairs. I run up and I get up and I run to the stairs with enough time for me to be able to see him like hit the corner or something, but nothing. Okay. And then I lay back down, and within that, like 2 minutes, mind you, lights are off. There's a little hallway light for my sister so she can see where the bathroom is. And I lay back down, and as soon as I turn around, that same figure is in the doorway and then just starts walking towards me. Like the little bitch that I am, I just cover myself and then uncover myself, and then I just could not go back to bed.
Dang.
But yeah, that one
Never figured out what it was.
Never figured it out, and that's just so happened. That's when around the time that supposedly we were told that the guy was unalived, or in our house.
So we've all experienced something, some weird things, some unexplainable stuff. So I think we're all three of us are open to what might happen to us tonight. But going back a little bit, we're going to talk about the things that we have already tried to debunk or check out. But right before I say that, the whole sleep paralysis I've had, and it sucks. But every now and then, I don't know. I used to be real scared about it because it used to be real. Like I felt stuff like hit me, hold me down. I've woken up or thought I was awake to I could see my wife next to me, and I could see our room, but there's something on top of me, like a demon kind of looking thing, and I have a thing where when I dream, I'm very aware of what I'm dreaming or that I am dreaming, so I try to manipulate things.
Okay.
Or if it's scary, I try to wake up, and every now and then, I'll wake up into another dream. And so one night I was waking up into another one, and each one was getting worse, and finally I woke up and it felt like I was awake, like everything was there. I felt like
you were
normal.
Officially awake.
Yeah, and I remember looked over to my wife. I looked over. I was like, okay, we're good. I'm looking towards the kitchen area because I can see, and that's the worst part. Is when I stare off into the distance. That's what scares me because I don't know what's gonna come and just stare at me back. Even staring out windows, I hate that. I'm always been afraid, even since I was a kid, that it will open up a window and there's going to be something staring back at me, or in mirrors, the story about that happens in this hotel. But in that night, when I looked over, I looked back up, I could feel something sit on me and then cover my mouth and nose all at the same time, and then lean forward, and it looks like a demon face and just says, "This time you're not waking up."
Oh,
and I was like, "Dang!" I woke up, motherfucker. But the first time I experienced that, I was living in my cousin's house just for the summer, and it had just happened to be June 6, 2006, 666, and everybody was talking about that date. Yeah, and I was sleeping on a futon that has no give, there's no bounce, there's nothing.
Just hard.
Yeah.
Just hard.
So I'm there just asleep, and I just felt like something moved real fast and then punched me in the chest where I felt ooh, I felt the punch, and then it punched me so hard that I bounced up and went back down. I lifted off the futon.
No.
And went back down.
Nothing.
That's insane.
Freaky. Never explained it. Nah, I don't really think about it either until people were talking about this.
Yeah. Have you had sleep paralysis recently or no?
Well, here's the thing. I felt like I got rid of it when I started changing my diet. So, the acid reflux started going away. No more acid reflux, which I was like, that's probably the real reason it's acid reflux. So that's why I can't breathe. Yeah. But so I started changing my diet. Yeah. And every once in a while, I'll have it when I'm healthy, but I'll have it a lot more when I'm being unhealthy. Weird. So that's why I'm very skeptic of stuff.
So the food's the devil.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you eat the certain kinds, drink certain things,
Tamale season's coming up.
Oh yeah. All that spice.
A lot of sleep paralysis.
Anyways, let's get to the Emily Morgan, the debunking of Emily Morgan, or what is real. Okay. So first thing we tested when we got here was going up to the 14th floor.
Yeah.
Everybody says if the 14th floor smells like a hospital, like that. Just that. I don't even know how. Like, have you ever been inside a hospital? Like the cleanliness of it. Yeah. Like,
you know the
what a
smell.
hospital smells like.
Like what's the word? Like
just
antiseptic or
chemicals
something
yeah,
like that.
something that some kind of
Like
chemicals
mixed with
or-
Lysol type of
Yeah.
scent. That's
Almost-
how I get it.
Well, we'll get to it when we got there. When we got up there, I was telling you, like, this is not gonna be nothing. It's not gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
And we walked out, dude. I keep hearing. This time I don't hear, like, I hear walking. The raw audio. It's not gonna be nothing. It's not gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
And we walked out, dude. I keep hearing. This time I don't hear, like, I hear walking. I'm getting scared now.
No.
You hear it?
I hear it. I'm just not.
It could be the-
I'm just not acknowledging.
We're not giving it no energy.
Because I'm sounding like the crazy one here. So I was like,
It could be people walking.
yeah.
But it is
Okay.
late, so why are they walking? Like they should be asleep. Anyway, we get it. I'm gonna ignore it. I
Just
hear
ignore it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
just ignore it.
The raw audio. Anyway, we get it. I'm gonna ignore it.
Just ignore it. Yeah, just ignore it.
We get there. We walk out of the elevator, and sure enough, it smells like the hospital.
Oh shit.
You think they do it on purpose? That's crazy. They probably do it on purpose. Like they probably pump the smell in of the hospital.
Think so?
Yeah,
It smells like.
I think so.
There's no way that it smells like this 24/7.
Or our hallway didn't smell like that.
No, I know, but I'm sure it's maybe a different ventilation, kind of like a tourist trap. So people are like, "Oh yeah, it does smell." Almost like the thing they put the frogs in that you're gonna split open when you're in high school.
Formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde, almost like that, at least for me. But
That
I
scared
was
the hell out of me.
I was surprised with that. I didn't think it was real, and then I started saying that they're pumping it in
Yeah.
just to keep like the tourists.
Yeah.
To make it smell nice.
Yeah. Well, not even smell nice,
like
but
the
just to be
14th
like,
floor is like a Hollister or something.
But there's
Yeah.
no. You can see there's no spray. There's no device for that.
I'm
for
just
that to
thinking
be-
like they gotta put it through the AC.
like the vent, like have a little.
like
thing in
maybe
the
they have
vent.
their own AC for that floor, just to like Hollister does. And
Yeah.
you walk into a Hollister and it smells
Like
like a
gotcha
perfume.
perfume.
But if that's the case, I mean, wouldn't all the floors
well, that's what I'm thinking.
Exactly.
smell like that?
What if they have their own central AC, like their own, like for that floor, just to keep the allure.
But this building's like 1920s.
Well, fun fact, you guys. Building was built in 1924 and was a hospital slash, I guess like medical practice building with its own psychiatric ward, which was on the 7th floor.
Right above us.
Right, which we were hoping to get, but I can't get
Somebody
it your way.
messed up the reservation.
Somebody messed up the reservation
Sorry.
over here.
Hey, we got the 6th floor.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
They're probably staring down at us.
I know.
Apparently, we're hearing shit. You
Yeah,
know?
we're hearing stuff. So not only that, being a hospital and being psychiatric ward and a crematorium on the 14th floor, but it was also it's built like really like 20 feet away from the Alamo,
Yeah.
Literally.
and so if you know the Alamo, you don't forget the Alamo. Okay, oh my god. Anyway, though, yeah, with all that craziness that happened with the Alamo, the battle, the war, all the loss of life, I'm sure it was built on top of that.
Oh yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
The Alamo's not just that one little piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at the picture that they have of what it looked like back then, it wasn't as small as it was as it is now.
Yeah.
It could it would have extended this way, some way somehow.
And too hard, too fast. We don't check facts, but some people say the Alamo was moved. So, no, I'm just kidding. I don't even know.
Wow. I actually believed you for like 2 seconds.
I don't even know. I just made that up. I'm sure somebody out there believes in that. But just thinking, I do think about that when I am downtown, like all the tragedy or the things that had gone down in this area, and then we're just like walking over it like nothing. It's crazy.
I get you.
That's
like
deep.
it's different from like going to a funeral
Yeah, or
and
just-
like paying your respects. I mean, you're still stepping,
Well,
but
I guess when you're like at the Alamo, you kind of get that reverence kind of thing. Like
yeah,
you feel it. But then also like people are partying, people are like throwing up their Pat O'Briens and stuff.
yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I made that up too. I'm sure. I mean, shoot. Some stories there, and they're not involving ghosts. Anyways, but just thinking about that, thinking about this being built on top of that, and then also having its own history, I can't imagine it's all positive. There's no way. I think it's more negative than
Oh yeah,
positive.
for sure. There has to be. For
So
sure.
I'm sure there's a lot of unrestful spirits.
Yeah, that haven't
Angry.
moved on in a way, I guess.
Do you believe that? Do you believe spirits stay and try to figure out, what? Because they say like spirits stay because they're lost,
Yeah.
and they're trying to figure out like what happened to them, or trying to get out, or they just can't,
Or what's the word? That they're unsettled, I guess.
or it's like they're purgatory.
Yeah,
in a way.
kind of. Well, like I said earlier at the very beginning, like I'm a little skeptic on ghosts. I've never seen it, never seen like an apparition.
Yeah.
Don't want to. I don't think I want to see that. Like I'd rather see an alien versus seeing.
You
a
think
ghost.
that'll traumatize you? Not like traumatize, but that'll change your mind of the world, like of how you view things and see things.
No, I think it would change my feelings towards wherever I saw it. Like I'll probably be like, nah, I ain't going there. Never again. And if it's at my house, I'm moving. I can't afford it, but I'm moving. But that's how I feel about that. Like I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want to see anything.
Okay.
But I
that's
also
valid.
don't know if I don't want to. Like I want to know.
It's
Yeah,
being a
it's there.
human.
Yeah.
It's being a human wanting to know and not know.
But I can imagine like being, and just not wanting to leave.
Right?
I don't want to leave,
Let me go mess around with people.
especially if I'm going to the, if that
You
if
don't
that
know that.
exists, if that exists, and I'm going to a not so fun place. Shoot, I'm gonna stay here.
I'll haunt people.
I'll be right here,
You
dude.
need me to haunt people? I'll haunt people.
Yeah, whoever you want me to scare somebody, let me know. I'm a ghost for hire.
On all those people
Take an
that bullied you.
application now.
But that's how I feel about that. But anyways, getting back to the hotel, like we tried the 14th floor. We went to the 7th floor. I think the 7th floor for me was a little like meh, unless you're
Lackluster?
scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we kind of walked around, but also we can't be like disturbing guests, freaking them out. Imagine just
Yeah. This is supposed to be the most haunted floor.
With a slow door.
what does it smell like?
Potatoes.
Patas.
See the difference?
Yeah, but I'm saying they probably pump it into that 14th floor.
They do that though. Interesting. I do smell mashed potatoes loaded.
It's so green.
Oh, what'd you say? Apparently the pool is made out of the hospital beds.
Yeah, they use the old metal hospital beds, and that's what they use for the.
Yeah.
But so just walking around the 7th floor, I was like, it's whatevs.
Yeah.
But the 14th floor did give me a vibe, especially because of the smell. I'm like, okay, the smell adds a vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after hearing that guy's story about the hand on the shoulder,
Yeah.
we did test out. We went on the elevator by ourselves. I didn't experience anything. I don't know while you were in there. Did you feel weird?
Okay.
Before you get to
so
the
this-
before you get to the elevator
What we went
story,
through.
Okay, yeah,
because
okay.
that's a good one. When you went by yourselves, did you experience anything? Feel anything?
Not really, because I know you went first, and then Adam went. I don't know if y'all noticed. I was stuck there for a good
I noticed that out.
a few seconds, because one, the elevator was taking forever. I don't know if y'all noticed. Like, it took forever.
It took forever for you.
Yeah.
I called it down, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait here. Just wait here. And then that's when it, you know, when you feel alone, and if it feels quiet, and it's just you, and it's super quiet, where you can just hear like
Everything.
Yes.
everything. And that's when my mind started fucking with me, and I was like, okay, I shouldn't be here alone right now. Why is my elevator taking forever? And then I can hear y'all like up there, and I can hear you like, why is he, what's going on? I heard y'all laughing. And then at the point, it just stopped. Like, y'all were gone. And I was like, okay, this is weird. Let me just stay calm, wait for the elevator. And then once the elevator opened, I just got a woof of like cold air. That's it.
Dang. You
So-
recorded all this?
I recorded as much as I can. You can just hear me quiet. Because I was like, okay, if it's super quiet, something's telling me I need to be quiet, and just record.
Yeah.
Just record. Maybe you'll get something or something. I even tried a little thermal filter on TikTok that I've seen people look. I've seen people use it, and they've caught some stuff, you know, because it gets heat signatures and whatnot. So yeah, it was just weird. I was like, why am I taking forever? Y'all's were like, boom.
Yeah, they
after-
shot up. Yeah, they came in quick
Yeah.
and shot up.
And then I was like, where's my elevator? So that was weird. That's what I experienced by myself when we all took turns.
Okay, that's why I wanted to go by ourselves, because I was thinking when we're all doing things together as three, we're not experiencing. We're not getting into our mind most of all. And then we did play a little bit of practical jokes, or at least it was my idea, to like mess with y'all. I didn't feel anything when I went up there. I kind of just like, I was hoping the elevator would shoot up to a random floor like they say they do. It didn't for me, but for you guys, I was.
Yeah,
That
that was crazy. So, mind you, the hotel, when their thing is they give you cookies, and I was just I was just craving a warm little cookie, you know.
Let's see what the cookies are about. They're warm.
Dang, dude, you put your mouth on it.
I know you're supposed
What about us?
So here we go. We push, we're on the 6th floor, so there's a up and a down. We push the down button to go down, and the elevator opens. We go in, and we push G for ground level, and just next thing you know, I look at the numbers. It went from 6, it turned into 12, then to 14, and the next thing you know, that's when the elevator just went.
But it was weird. Like, it didn't go number by number. It like he said, went from 6 to 12. What happened to 8? What happened to and then when it was doing that, that's when you felt like it was going fast. So when the elevator opened, there's 2 other guests, and they were freaked out, and they're like,
They were just
like, did y'all
silent.
see that? And we're like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So apparently when we got out, the light was flickering.
Or like when right before the elevator door opened, it flickered, and that's when the door opened and we walked out. But we walked out and they looked like shit faced, like they were
Yeah, they were like, what
freaked
the
out,
hell?
like what the hell.
Like they just saw a ghost.
But at the same time, I was freaked out because we both literally saw, like, we pushed G for ground level.
Well,
and
even then, you guys pushed the down button.
Exactly.
So the elevator knows that you're supposed to be going down.
Exactly. So according to them, they said that, the young lady, she was like, it smelled like smoke, like you know how when you burn something and it's like the residue, that's what she smelled like, the after. And then
because that's also the crematorium.
yeah, and that they heard
brisket?
like
Brisket.
Brisket.
Yeah, brisket.
Bill Miller's.
Like they heard tapping in the walls, but at the same time they said that because it was a couple, so that they were in their room, and they had the heater on, but it was just like the guy's toes were just cold the entire time when they have the heater on blast, apparently.
Dang.
But we waited up there just to see if we like heard anything but yeah.
But when I
it
tell
was
you
just
they were
crazy.
scared when they saw us, they're just like, the elevator shot, like they heard it. Like the elevator doesn't shoot up that fast. We felt it going that fast.
I thought we were gonna shoot
and we're
out
like,
the
okay.
roof.
That's when we started holding the rails. We're like, okay, it's going a little too
we were
fast.
like,
It's going a little too fast, and then boom, it just opens. And
because
then
you remember when we first got here, the door took forever to
Yes.
open and close. No, it just went.
Dang.
This is supposed to be the most haunted floor.
with a slow door. That's when they freaked out because they didn't expect, people. Thankfully, they didn't expect anybody else.
Yeah.
But the light was flickering, and they're like, "Did y'all not see what just happened?" We're like, "No." I'm like, did y'all not hear the elevator?" They're like, "No, we heard the elevator." And they're like, "The elevator doesn't do that. We just got up here." And they're like, "Before y'all were here, we heard tapping. We can hear tapping in the hallways." Okay. And that's when the lights started flickering, and then y'all came up.
Did you guys tell them that you guys were trying to go down?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I said
And
we
they were
pushed the down button. And they were like, "Oh, hell no!" But apparently, at the same time where they were standing, they were like standing like, you know how some people say the temperature changes when there's a presence. And wherever the girl was standing, she's like, it just got like super cold right where I'm standing or something like that.
Dang.
But that was, I'm still like gagged on the fact that we pushed down.
Yeah,
he's
pretty
up.
freaked out.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. It's just, when you called me right up, like you sounded like
He was
freaked.
scared. Yeah.
Oh,
he
I
scared.
was, yeah.
And usually I'm the scared one. He was scared, and I was just like, okay, like.
And it's like that's why I'm like, with stuff like we try to capture as much as stuff, things that was going on. Probably not, not capturing anything in like hard concrete evidence, but we were looking for something. In that moment, you guys were going for cookies. I was up here, just hanging out, and then you guys experienced it. Like you weren't recording yourselves, nothing. Like you were.
Yeah,
Just open to what.
And that's what's crazy. That's when people don't believe it, and they need to see to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully, maybe on the next adventure we ever take, hopefully we get some.
Yeah. I'm one of those people. I'm one of those
crazy
people.
stuff.
Anything else that's kind of scary about this hotel so far? Other things that we're hearing while we're sitting here.
They do say when you spend the night, the temperature drops to like 10 degrees. So I wanted to experience that, see what happens. People wake up in the middle of the night because they're hearing, again, the tapping noise and all that good
They
stuff.
say that there's it's like any random floor, but that a lady in white, like walks the halls apparently, or like shadows along the wall. That's another.
As long as she doesn't
Story.
yell, that would be scary.
Imagine like the Llorona.
Yeah.
Sound just like her.
Open the door.
Can you imagine?
Hell no. Shit my pants. No thanks. And it sucks because these hallways are small. They are tiny.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, like, the way it's shaped, the hotel's like almost like a triangle.
Yeah.
So you can get a room in the triangle part, like the
point part.
Yeah, the
The
pointing. But there's one where initially we thought we were in that one.
I know, we're all
But
excited.
there was one on the 14th floor that it skips from 1407 to 1409, and the door for 1407 is like a huge door, so I guess it's a double room. Because the superstition of like adding up the numbers makes the number 13.
Yeah. 1408. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is that every hotel though?
I've never seen that. This is the first time I've seen
That's
that.
what I'm saying. That's weird.
That's giving like the valet guy. Be careful tonight.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Like,
I
shit.
think his words when he's that set in
It
stone
was
for
sincere
me.
because it was sincere.
Yeah, he's like, just be careful.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I think because he knew we were gonna, mess with things and try to figure out what.
not necessarily a mess,
No,
but
but
just
test.
test. Yeah, just a test.
Yeah.
But it was
We're-
sincere.
Yeah,
I mean,
be
we're
sincere.
coming in here. We're
What-
respecting whatever
Yeah.
Yeah.
is.
Just give us a
Here.
little something, and then we'll be gone. That's it.
That's usually how most dates go. Just give me a little. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we've gone too hard, too fast here at the Emily Morgan Hotel. It's not over. We still got to spend the night. The podcast is not over. You'll get at the very end of this. You're gonna see our reactions in the morning of what we felt, what we experienced, and if we even got to sleep. But this was fun so far. We still got a whole night left for us. See what happens. Until the next one, I would love to do another journey like this, another scary journey. It could be something fun too. I mean,
a little series.
Just have to risk our lives and stuff.
Yeah, fuck it.
No, let's just go breaking an abandoned penitentiary.
That's not allowed.
Do the setup and all that. But with that said, you want people to follow you on Instagram?
Sure. You can follow me at Jesse Roman Flores at Instagram.
All right, this is Flores. You can follow me at official_Adam Noel.
Allah, official.
Official.
And you can
I'm
follow
one
the
and only.
podcast at Too Hard Too Fast Podcast.
Gotta say it just like that.
Yes, sir. Number 2. Anyways, this was fun. Thank you for taking this journey with us. It's not over. Pepe. We'll see what happens. But with that said, we'll see you guys in the morning. See you girls and guys. See y'all. See
Everybody.
Oh my God.
Non-gender forming. What's the rest?
I don't know.
LGBTQ+.
I'm cutting all of this off. I'm cutting all of it. This was fun.
Okay, bye.
All right, we survived. We survived the night at the Emily Morgan Hotel. Here's the outside and here's the inside. That mirror, definitely very scary at night. If you think that you're gonna see something. I heard some weird stuff, mostly around 3 o'clock, like maybe some footsteps, and
It was oddly hot. Like it just
got real hot.
and the AC was like on 60, which was a little weird to me. But it was
Super
like blazing.
And then apparently one of the restroom lights turned on by themselves, and just random like tapping. But other than that, nothing too crazy. We survived it. I got a pretty good restful sleep, other than 3 o'clock stuff.
Other than Georgie over here snoring.
I got a good night's sleep. Bye.
Stop!